This is DRF Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Sunday, March the 21st, race number 7 at the Great Race Place, Santa Anita. Let's throw up the field for the $100,000 Sensational Star Stakes. Calbreds going 6 furlongs on the turf. You can download 3 Formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. Lots of question marks in this race, Mike. You've got a horse trying turf for the first time, horses cutting back in distance, layoffs, off the claim, etc.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think they got the right morning line favorite, though, Dan, the 3 Jetovator. I mean, he does seem like the horse to beat coming off a win.
He does have tactical speed. He obviously went gate to wire in his most recent start, but Timeform US believes that this will be a different scenario as we see the 3 sort of in mid-pack. Jamming Eddie's kind of quick. He draws the inside post first off the Andrew Lerner claim. It's not like he's some sort of speedball, however. Margot's Boy does have speed, but he's sprinting for the first time in a very long time. Maybe Jetovator can actually get close or on the lead.
Yeah, I think it can in this race. I understand where the pace projector is coming from, but a couple of those horses that they have ahead of Jetovator, it's questionable how fast they really are in a race like this.
Jamming Eddie is probably at his best at this point in his career, sprinting on the turf in his last 3 turf sprints, 2 wins, and this effort on February the 21st, a runner-up performance for a $40,000 tag. He was claimed out of this race by the Lerner barn. He has a chance right here, Mike.
Yeah, he got a perfect trip in this race, and he's going to take over, and ultimately just proved to be no match for a horse who just followed him around the track. I mean, listen, he ran fine in here, but it's not like he had some big excuse not to win. His turf sprint form is fine, and it makes him a contender in here, but I don't know if he's going to be a short price off of that loss last time. I don't know how much I'd be willing to bet on him.
Diamond Doss is in really good form on dirt. His last 2 races have come around 2 turns on the main track, including a stakes-placed performance in the Tis Now Stakes. Now, the one time he actually sprinted on the turf, he came from off of it and won with an 80 buyer, so we know he can do it. He went route to sprint that day. This horse is in good form.
Yeah, I appreciate that he's already won sprinting on the grass, Dan. To me, the big question with this horse is he now a speed horse? His last 3 starts, the first 3 starts on dirt in his career, all of a sudden he has speed, which he never had on turf before. So where is he going to be early in this race? If he's going to be towards the back of the pack, I wonder how that works out for him.
How good is Jetovator? That's really the question in this race. And how good is the race we're going to show you? An entry-level allowance going 6.5 on the turf. Now, Jetovator was able to control a moderate pace. There was not a lot of closing going on. Just consider going 6.5 at Santa Anita. There's a slight left-handed turn. This horse broke from post 11 and was able to clear to the lead in the rail pretty easily. He faced no pressure up front.
Right. This is a very soft trip that he got in this race. And obviously, he was never threatened in there after getting away loose on a relatively slow pace. I don't know if he's going to be able to go that slow, Dan, but he might be able to make the front again in here. He ran well in that race. The prior turf sprint for him was also a win up close to the pace. I mean, he's in really good form, and he looks like a major player in here.
Yeah, it looks like turf sprinting is his MO. Even the third to last turf sprint was good, only beaten a length by Brickyard Ride, who's now turned into one of the better Calbred sprinters on the main track. Royal Trump's going to try turf for the first time. He has a little bit of turf pedigree. He's a half to a turf winner by a 10% first turf winner. This is a horse that was probably overmatched against the aforementioned Brickyard Ride last time out. He's not my kind of horse going first turf in a stake.
Not mine either. He does have enough turf pedigree, I guess, that if you like him, you could take a shot in here. Based on some of his dirt races, he could be pretty tough in here. We'll see if he handles the turf.
The 5 Margot's Boy certainly has credentials. He is grade 2 placed on the turf. Now, that race was at 1 1/8. The question for Margot's Boy, I don't believe, is quality. It's distance. He has actually only sprinted once in his career, a 7 furlong dirt start, where he tired in stakes action. Blinkers come on. I'm not sure he's going to show the speed he's shown in routes, but he'll be close.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does. This isn't the kind of horse I like to really bet on, Dan, cutting back to sprint really for the first time. I mean, they never sprint this horse. And they're going to try it here. I don't really like that about him, but listen, he's 6-1 on the morning line with his overall form. I mean, 6-1 feels like a pretty fair price on him.
Let's watch Prodigal Son's most recent effort. He was third behind Fly to Mars, who's a salty older claimer, and Prodigal Son was taken out of this race by a low-profile barn. He's going to be a good price in here, and you see he's kind of in behind horses. He didn't get out of the gate very well. I don't know. I think this was somewhat of an underrated performance, and you have to go all the way back to 2019 before an ill-fated journey to Dubai. This horse was okay sprinting on the turf.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, I thought he ran fine in that last race too. I don't think it would be fair to say, he was going to win, but that trip wasn't really ideal for him. I thought he was okay to be third. You do have to go back, Dan. You have to go back to the end of 2019 to get to that turf sprint win. If he could run a race like that, this is a race that he could easily win. He was really good winning that day back in December of 2019. The two horses that finished right behind him, Torose and Big Runner, either one of those horses, to me, would be way the horse to beat in here. I mean, this horse was really good winning that race. I don't know if he's that horse anymore, but if he is, he can beat this field.
Talk about versatility. The 7 Brando the Bartender has banked over $500,000 in his career. He was a stakes winner going 5/8 on the turf back in 2018. His most recent start was a stakes placing going 2 turns on the dirt. And he actually won a mixed breed race in December of 2020, going 1,000 yards. He hasn't won a thoroughbred race since New Year's Eve 2018, however.
Yeah, it's been a long time for him. And that's the real problem with Brando the Bartender. I think he can win this race. I think he's a contender in here. If you go back to the last turf sprint for him back in early January, that's the same race that Prodigal Son's coming out of. This horse ran much better than Prodigal Son did that day. Initially, I wanted to pick this horse, Dan, but he just never wins. And it's not like he's going to be some kind of price you can't resist in this race.
Let's take a look at our top pick for the Sunday race of the day. I like you're going with Prodigal Son. I think he's going to offer price. I think he had a little bit of a sneaky trip last time out, and he does have back class. And it's not like he is facing a field full of world beaters.
Yeah, that's why I took him. I mean, again, I don't know if he's that horse that he was earlier in his career. If he is, I think he can win this race. He feels like a little bit of an all or nothing, Dan. Either he's going to run pretty well at a big price, or he's going to be nowhere.
My horse's prices are nowhere near as appealing, but the 3 and the 1 to me just seem like the best turf sprinters, the best pure turf sprinters of the bunch. I'm going to go with Jetivator, who might get a little bit of a jump on this field. 6-7-3-2 for Mike, 3-1-7-5 for me. Your Sunday race of the day is the Sensational Star. Good luck.